hellified, struggling single mom right now is what the hell you would be. Now, I want to talk about this in particular, this degree that you have, because this is one of the ones that's very tricky. This one is actually tricky. And let me explain to you why it is. And once again, you're not going to get this type of information anywhere else. Deadbeats and failures like Roland Martin can't explain any of this to you because he's screwed up too. The problem is a lot of folk thought they were smart. And I'm not dissing you. I'm just saying a lot of y'all saw some other folks who got some degrees they couldn't use, and y'all like, okay, I'm going to avoid that. I want to make money. So let me go to college for something that is specifically made for making money. And you would think that if the degree is called a Master's of Business Administration, well, they are going to train me to run and operate a business. And that is not what an MBA does. That is not what that degree does. So there's the really crazy part, is they're labeling these degrees with titles that don't actually accurately portray what the degree is going to give you. Now, MBAs have been used for decades now, and here's the real problem with an MBA. An MBA for black people would be useful if we were being treated fairly. It would be useful. The problem is an MBA is an excuse degree. What do I mean by that? An MBA is a degree that white society has their children go get. And once they have possession of that MBA, it gives them the excuse to leapfrog them over all the rest of you and put them in an executive position on day one. That's what the MBA does. The MBA gives them the justification and the legal cover for why they passed you over and chose their kid over here. He's got an MBA. Mm-hmm. You can't actually explain what the MBA qualifies you to do. You have no way that you can argue that your MBA credentials are superior to his. So you could be 45 years old, having worked for the company for 20 years, and they can bring in a 22-year-old with his MBA and put him as your supervisor over you, and you've got zero ability to argue that he shouldn't be there. You have no way to argue that he shouldn't be there. None. Because neither one of you can explain to anybody what makes your degree better than the other person's. That's the problem with the MBA. Right. And most people do not have any idea what an MBA actually is. They don't know what a finance degree actually is. You think they're going to teach you how to finance? Nope. These degrees are not set up or put in place for the reasons you think they are. You only find it out after you go through the class and after you graduate and after you've racked up hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Now you find out what that degree is for. And you find out, worst of all the things it doesn't do. Then you find out, well, I'll be damned, they didn't prepare me to manage anybody's business. Or at least not the way that they said it was going to be. I'm not prepared for that. So yes, there are MBAs that are in use. There are MBAs making a bunch of money. I talked about Rick Wagner. He was the CEO of GM when they went bankrupt with his MBA. Yeah, his MBA was so great the company went bankrupt.
10 seconds.
Amazing. What did you think you were going to get with that MBA there, Sharisha? What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I thought that I would be able to excel in corporate America, but now that I'm in corporate America, there's just so much institutional racism that you have to fight. I'm the only black person on my team, and I just feel like I have to be the best of the best. Like, you're not allowed to make any mistakes or anything. And I know that I'm not making the salary that I'm supposed to be with my MBA. I'm just not.